Hello, everybody. How's it going this evening? Say goodbye. Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a good night. She's crazy. That's kind of fast. See if we can get our rank up a little bit more again this evening. One, three, four, five. Pony, I'm only into 5. I'm gonna go grab a mountain here and just play it. That way we have a torch the tower if we need it for anything. That's fine with me. I do think it's worth losing our Storm Chaser's talent just to get rid of this thing permanently. I don't think we need that. Oh, they have a second unstoppable slasher. It's so unstoppable. I'm okay with attacking for 3. I do think I take the first hit from this. If they attack, that's awful. So I think we impulse for sure in response. Question, so if we hit a torch to the tower, we can kill this and keep our enduring vitality. The question is, do we risk it again, or do we just cast Valley Floodcaller? I think it's worth it to try to save our enduring vitality since we don't have a second one yet. That sucks. It was a joke for Dex, so I didn't play it, but I want to see if you can tell what it does. Yeah, go ahead and shoot it in chat. What else to say? Say it anyway. I have 1 blue source. A little awkward. It's gonna put us to 4, 7, 4. Oh, now we just die. That's neat. All right. Well, I mean that does happen. All right, let's look at this thing while we're in between games. As soon as I get my next match going here, just want those. I think I want to cut like that. I think I want the Rows in this matchup instead of the Storm Splitters. Just kind of combo off the Valley Flood Caller and Otter tokens from these things. Let's see. Steel Seraph, get lost. Enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target creature until it leaves the battlefield, becomes a creature. 3 life. Toughness 5 or less. Why is my brain not figuring this out? Are you just trying to... Can't help myself. Gotta read things. This hand's fine. Getting a lot of annoyed with afflictions, which is very bad for us. Card's been just the bane of our existence recently. Slide into a bunch of flash creatures. I don't want to jam this because I don't want it to die to an affliction again. I'd rather flash in this at the end of turn, then untap play Enduring Vitality. Storm Chaser's Talent. So we can play Storm Chaser's Talent, untap our Valley Flood Caller. I don't want to go too deep here. But we can do a little bit of stuff here. Another Valley Flood Caller. I'm going to sack the Enduring Vitality because they can't kill it if it's an enchantment unless they have a Writhing Torment. Don't want a Copperline Gorge. I'll attack for 5. So you're boarding into a bunch of creatures with flying, a bunch of evasion things. Yeah, I can believe that. You side out... Well, I'm not surprised I had the Annoyment with Affliction. That's why we did what we did. Go ahead and attack for 1 here. And Stepple Valley Flood Caller. They want to kill our token. That's fine with me. So are you just trying to, like, cheat your Steel Seraph into being a big creature? And then obviously you have this the Simulacrum Synthesizer to make just giant threats. Yeah, exactly. Well, being able to board out like that is really nice. The meetings were long and mostly awful, but we made it through it. We survived. Let's go red, colorless, questing druid. That was wrong. What the hell does they block this? Fairly high? I think that was just, like, the very wrong play to do. That's funny. All of this felt really bad. Okay. That's a really cool idea. I've always liked transitional sideboards like that. I've always thought they're really cool. So I think I want a Questing Druid, and then bounce this back to their hand in one of our Storm Chasers talents. Maybe not. Maybe we're just supposed to kill that with this. Play second Questing Druid. I think I like that, the best of the plays that we have available to us. Yeah, I'm really excited for the current standard format, like a lot. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I think it is the best standard it's been in a really long time. Well, the domain decks they play at sorcery speed all the time, so they have a hard time dealing with flash decks. They just can't do it. They don't have any good ways to do it. They're not good against tempo decks. God, I wish I could cast this thing. We're good. I've been playing just the Enduring Curiosity blue deck. Or blue-black deck. Nice. Really, I don't like Kaito. I haven't played it that much, but every time I've like kind of played with it, I've been very underwhelmed by the card. We have our opponent in like a soft lock. That's fair too. I think Kaito is very powerful. I just haven't had a lot of success with it. That's true. Stunning. The stunning with it is really nice. I guess that's fair. I mean, Kaito is a very annoying threat to deal with, and just sits in play and incurs infinite value. That's fair too. A lot with the mono black deck playing a bunch of Archfiends, that makes sense. That's true. They do like to just sit on their removal spells. I have noticed that a lot with the standard format. I mean, a lot of decks are just overloaded on removal spells for the mono red decks, which you kind of have to be, or else you just lose. I don't think this hand's good enough. This hand is better. It's not great, but we'll throw Ral back. Actually, we might call... I think we throw Valley Flood Caller back. I think Ral's probably better in this hand. I absolutely love this Ral art, too. I wish it wasn't so incredibly expensive in real life. I should probably pick up Kaitos. Are they expensive? I feel like it's probably going to be the cheapest it'll ever be right now. Bane of Nightmares. Oh, Kaito's not super expensive. They're $6. They're $7 at Hobbytown. I don't think I'm supposed to blow this now. I think I'm supposed to do it on the end of their turn still. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a really good strategy right now, I think. That's annoying. That was a really good 2 cards to hit. So we can just go... It's a little annoying that we can't... I mean, we could double spell this and just lose our Storm Chaser's talent, which is probably what we're supposed to do. Otherwise, we go... Might be better just go... Questing Druid plus Storm Chaser's talent this turn. I don't think Convoke is probably great at the moment, with all of the spot removal spells floating around, and the fact that the other decks just can kill it so easily. That's also true. That's the reason I like this deck so much. It can deal with the... It doesn't really matter if they Sunfall you. You can handle pretty much everything. That's such a good tempo strategy. I think I'm supposed to just pass. Hope they cast a spell and then just bounce these 2 things. They didn't cast a thing, so I'm just going to bounce now. We have a pretty good chance of just winning the game if we just live long enough. We don't have to kill them quickly. That is true. Yeah, Sunfall being able to exile cards is just like a real irritating. It is. That is just one of the best drafts they've done in such a long time. Go for it. Go for the throw my Storm Chaser or my Storm Chaser token. I'm a-okay with that. Got a Botanical Sanctum. Let's go ahead and Enduring Vitality and stick another Storm Chaser's talent. This card also has impressed me, like, way more than I expected. Storm Chaser's Talent has just been, like, one of the best cards I've played in a long time. Even when you're not comboing out with it, it gives you so much value. It just sits in play and is so good. Goodbye, Questing Druid. It is really good. Another card I'd recommend getting before this weekend because I think it's going to be showcased really highly in a lot of decks during the Worlds. Because, like, at this point, we can just start bouncing and making things every turn. Like, I just gonna make a free token, bounce this right back to their hand, and just be annoying as much as I want to. Until I find a Valley Flood Caller, and then I just win the game. They haven't posted the world's deck list yet, right? They've just posted the metagame breakdown. I couldn't find them, so I'm assuming that. That makes sense. Oh, just turn around. Six. I actually think I'm just upping this one to the max. And then passing. Hey, kitten. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. is when they do it? Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably right. I'm really curious as to how close the Temur lists are to what I'm playing. I really want to know. I'm so curious. I wonder if the pros found something that I didn't see. Which I'm assuming they did. I'm sure they found the right list. They usually do. Yeah, I think that's what it is. They're not comboing off with the Storm Splitter, I don't think. I think they're just killing people with Valley Flood Caller and the 1/1 tokens. So we're gonna Questing Druid here. Mm-hmm. Freaking cat. Red. That's why we floated a red, so that if we drew towards the tower off the top, we could cast it. I'm very okay with them wasting a cut down to keep their unstoppable slasher. We can't quite go infinite here. That is a little surprising. I mean, those decks are really good, but I think they've kind of fallen off quite a bit recently because I don't think they're near as good as people thought they were to begin with. They have a really, really hard time beating the. Oh, that was stupid. I should have played that. I forgot it was on the exile from the thing. That's all right. I think people realize that it's really bad against the mono red decks. And that's not really a matchup that you can fix with that deck, I don't think, very well. Well, this game's over. I believe they die here. Eight, 9, 10, 11. I can pick up Torch the Tower. I also can just minus the Ral to draw a card, too. Technically draw 3, but I'm going to keep 1. You've turned into a dirty tempo player. Hey, there's nothing wrong with tempo decks. Now you can start playing Delver in Legacy. That's true. It turns out drawing cards is very addicting in Magic. Tempo is when you try to keep your opponent kind of off balance. You usually don't play like a lot of... Tempo decks are usually classified as decks that have a really hard time winning in the late game, but have a really good job of trying to keep you off balance in the mid game. Play a combination of like conditional counter spells or conditional removal spells that are cheap to try to get yourself through. Like the Delver decks are considered tempo decks, playing like basically you try to play a threat and protect it. Kind of like try to play like a Delver or in standard like a Fairy Mastermind, and then just hold up protection spells to try to get through for lethal. Correct, pretty much. Yeah, especially with the mono red decks being so powerful right now, you're kind of forced to play so many like cheap interaction cantrip spells.
Is mono red never not really good?
It's just better right now. With the ley line of
good.
The ley line's really good.
You can see Lotus perfectly right behind you.
Can you? Oh yeah, she's just chilling, isn't she? Here we go, because yes, I also got 4 free rare wild cards. I was very happy about that. Because they banned the ley line in best of 1. Yep, banned the red ley line in best of 1. That was the most popular deck out of the Worlds thing too, right? Sand doesn't analyze a pollen, so I'll keep it, but it's like definitely not great. Oh, fair. Yeah, I crafted... Actually, I don't even know if I crafted them. I just opened them all. I bet it has. If you're playing a lot of best of 1, I'm sure that is a huge quality of life improvement. Not have to worry about that deck anymore. The Heartfire Hero, eh? I'm gonna say its name. Try to find a an enduring vitality, which we found 2 of. Works. I think that's probably better in best of 3. Manifold Mouse is like freaking busted, as we're about to die to it here. Alright. Don't kill me, bro. If they don't kill us here, we get to kill them. Like, our hand is really, really good at killing our opponent next turn. Well, and we're dead. Get up here, cat. There's nothing we can draw that can save us here. That allows us to block, but they can give it trample and we die anyway. Well, it was fun while it lasted. It might be in that other category. Actually, this is a matchup where I actually like Storm Splitter. Like, it gives us another avenue to combo out fairly quickly, which is really what we're looking for. Like, this is definitely a matchup where we need as many combo pieces as we possibly can get, so. Oh, looks like some people are posting their lists. And it very well might, even if there's only one person playing it. The deck's powerful. So this is... Someone posted a list that said they're playing. Might try that list out, actually, after this. I'm curious if it's good. They're not playing the Storm Splitter, but they're playing very similar to what we're playing. Otherwise. Take a shot of liquid courage. Storm Chaser's talent. Block. Do it, I dare you. It's what I thought. That's your prediction? I think there's probably going to be... Oh, that's a rest in peace. I think there's going to be one of these tempo decks and probably 2 blue-black mid-range decks, and then 1 domain deck is probably going to be the top 8. I think the mirror mid-range deck is probably just the best deck in Standard. It's just a little inconsistent. I really don't think the eyeball decks are very good. I personally think that they're very easy to exploit if you want to, and I think that that was a deck that was hot on the list of what people were expecting to be at this tournament, so I don't expect it to do very well. That's a deck I would have stayed very far away from if I were playing in the tournament. Where is she yelling at? Is she in the tree?
No.
Oh. So, opponent's deck probably is only playing Sorcerer Speed removal, so end step we're going to flash in Valley Flood Caller and try to kill him. Yes, I think Ghost Vacuum is fantastic. Yeah. Well, Ghost Vacuum's just good. Like, that's just a good card. There's a lot of incidental, like, graveyard interaction. Like, opponent brought in Rest in Peace against us, which I don't think is good, but there's a lot of people just playing incidental graveyard hate because they don't want to lose to something silly. It's time to Otterball him. Go ahead. I do need to read through this article. I haven't gotten around to that yet. I think I'm happy with where we're at for cards here. I would love to keep this hand, but I don't think I can. This hand is much better. Let's get rid of the sleight of hand and just hope we don't die. I need to go through and read that article real bad. Storm Chaser's talent. Chasing those storms. Hit me. I think the Demon's deck is going to be a little sadder than we expect it to be. Very cool. I think it's going to be just blue-black control with the big demon. Yeah, Doomsday. I just don't feel like that is quite good enough in Standard. But, we'll see. A lot of people who are better than me at Magic have decided it's good, so. Are we dead? Sheltered by Ghosts, annoying. Seven, 8, 9, 10. 11. Oof. Towards the Tower was a fine draw, kind of. We're just so far behind. Like, being on the draw is so detrimental if you don't have an early removal spell. I don't have a choice but to do this if I want to win this game. Like, I have to cast this and block here. That's the only way that I feasibly have to actually win this game. I would recommend it. A Jace isn't a bad card to have. It's going to be something that casuals are going to want for a really long time as well, because it's got the mill keyword on it. People love it. I have a hard time justifying not getting like $4 cards. We're going to restart Arena because it's doing this weird broken top of the screen thing. Da, 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 da. Well, that's kind of sheep. I don't know. I haven't watched any like the arena talks that they do anytime recently. I'm assuming they know about it. I'm not sure what would cause it. It's kind of a weird little glitch, but I can't tell you it is annoying. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Goodbye, Enduring Vitality. I think it only happens when you go into sideboards, so it makes sense that it only happens in best of 3. Because that's the only time I've ever had it come up, is when I go from game 1 to game 2. And then it'll pop up, and then it'll be there until I restart the client. Unstoppable Slasher. Don't really want to flash this in to get it murder balled. That was a good draw. A little upset we didn't cast it now, but in bustful. Yeah, I haven't had it happen when I wasn't playing best of 3, but again, I only really play best of 3, so. Got opponent. Is my Enduring Vitality getting murderized? It is not getting murderized. So I can cast Valley Floodcaller on my turn. Song for 1. I have 2 creatures. If I draw an untapped land, I'd have 3. As it stands, I go to 14, go to 7. I think I'm supposed to take this hit. If I block, take 1, lose mana. Next turn, take 7. I take 2, 3, go to 14, take 7, go to 7. Have, like, no chance of actually killing them the following turn. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. untap land. The sleight of hand has to be really good. Really need an untap land there. I think we picked the line to try to win the game. I guess we cancel. Now we can only just. Fuck. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, that is also a thing that could happen. I don't think it would. I don't think the mono red aggro deck's going to be quite as dominating as some people think it will be, but you never know. I mean, the deck's really, really powerful. I think that's probably where we want to be. I like having the one song. Want the removal spells for the little dopey creatures. The Storm Splitters aren't as good as this matchup. Crackling Wit is much better. It just draws us cards and makes otters. Been doing good. How are you doing? It would be the world's fastest top 8. That would end real quick. Oh, I'll say it's fine. Guaranteed tap land on 4, which sucks a little bit, but... Good. I'm glad you're doing good. Stop cutting down my otters. I need them. They're very important to my plan of winning the game. We've been having less success today. We're gonna go ahead and impulse and see if we can find a Valley Flood Caller, or just a second Enduring Vitality is fine, but just force them to take the Obliterating Bolt. I was hoping to just find like a good creature, because they could also have just multiple Duresses. I'd rather have more blue sources untapped. How are you doing today, Brian? We've lost more games today than we have in the last 2 times we played this. Well, I guess we lost the same amount. We've lost 2 games today, and we've lost 3 games total with the deck. Or 4 games total with the deck. I would like to attack for 3. Second Enduring Vitality. Assuming we're going to hit with like an Anoint with Affliction. Ooh, Go for the Throat. That's right. I'll take Go for the Throat any day. Much better than Anoint with Affliction. Alright, let's see if we can pressure him real quick. Go ahead and pick our Impulse back up. Attack for 4. Pass. I don't want to Impulse now. I want to see what they're doing before we decide what we want to try to get. Archfiend of the Dross. Oh, that's sweet. The anime Endurings are some of the coolest cards. We're saving the wins for a later date. That's a good way to look at it. I like that. It's a good view on it. That is definitely the best card out of those. Let's go to land. Attack. And step, we're just going to pick... Actually, I think we're just playing this. I'm most likely not having any wraths. If we pick this town, ain't big enough back up, and they go land duress, that's annoying. So I think I'd rather just cast this. So we can pick this, pick it back up, and then rebounce. But getting hit by the duress here would suck. Getting hit with a deadly cover up would also suck, but I don't think they probably have deadly cover up in their deck. This 10 ain't big enough is so good in this deck. Yeah, I'm not sure if they bring it into this matchup, though. I don't know if it's particularly strong. We don't usually have a lot of threats in play for more than a turn or two. Can't keep this hand. I don't think. This hand's also not great. Opponent kept a two-lander again. Jesus. Nah, we're not casting the Questing Druid here. We don't want to cast into their open 2 mana if they can get a card out of their hand. We'd rather wait for the next turn. We don't have anything going on anyway. Maybe we should have kept the first hand. I mean, it had the same problem as this hand. Not finding a blue source out of the top 12 cards of our deck is a little unfortunate. I don't think this is a position where we can take this hit. I think these are just coming out of our deck. I like the Rouse a lot. My Flood Caller's been fine. I like Questing Druid better than Thundertrap Trainer. Thundertrap Trainer's not terrible either. I guess we could maybe play like 2. Maybe we're supposed to just play those instead of the Storm Splitters. I just like the Storm Splitters so much. I guess maybe we just go down to 1 as just a target to find off of our Analyze the Pollen if that's like the way we want to try to win the game. No, you're good. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I can understand that. The last few days have been rough. I had to work pretty late the last few nights, so I didn't stream. So I can understand that. Sounds fine. Let's go get our island. The Armored Scrap Gorger, huh? That's kind of annoying because that is something they can exile this from the graveyard. Stop our fun little combo wombo. Have a great night. Which one's the room meat locker? I don't think I've seen that one. I'll have to look that up after this turn. Meat locker? I think I know which one that is. The armadillo. It's so big. Whenever you unlock this door, tap a creature. Oh, never mind. That one's sweet. The meat locker is really cool. I played that one a lot in limited. I like that card a lot. We drew a Valley Flood Caller, eh? So I suppose we're just passing here. Actually, if this town ain't big enough, bounce, replay this, and then end tap flash in the Valley Flood Caller, I think that puts us in a really good spot to win the game. We still wouldn't have attacked regardless, but I think this puts us in the best position to potentially win the game next turn. Assuming they don't have like an Obliterating Bolt or something for an Enduring Vitality or a removal spell for the Valley Flood Caller when we play it. But out of red-green, they'd be sitting on like exactly Torch the Tower, which if they had that, they would have killed this, I think, by now. Okay. Blue. It's Impulse. Sleight of Hand, Flood Caller, Questing Druid. Probably want the Questing Druid. It's +1 mana, gives us 2 cards. Yeah, there's a lot of good rooms that do that. Like the Steaming Sauna off of the red-blue room is really good. This town ain't big enough. It's huge. Pick up. Blue. I think it's worth using this one also. That's fine. I'll still be able to get to lethal here. Just gotta keep casting our spells here. Shouldn't be too bad of an issue. That. Blue, blue, blue. Storm Chaser's talent. This is the last spell we're going to cast on Will Attack. Alright, so we got that one. If I just had the card, I would have done something like on one instep. That's cool. Yeah, that would be a cool way to do it. Gives you a little bit of big advantage, but it's also like goes with the theme of the first half of the card. So the Smuggler Surprise deck probably wants some negates. I don't need the Storm Splitter. The Torch of the Towers are pretty bad. Probably want the fourth big bounce spell. Sounds fine. I don't really like it, but... Hello, kitten. The Armored Scrap Gorger. Sure. Full instant impulse, I think. Oh, is my deck link broken? That's not good. I'll have to look into that here in a second. I think with a Thunder Trap Trainer. Why? Why are you broken, Decklink? My MTG bot. No, my MTG bot's in here. Why aren't you putting my deck list in the chat? Now I'm going to have to manually post it. That's absurd. Oh, that's a lot of beef opponent just put in the graveyard. Here's a link to my Untapped. It's not the cleanest way, but it will work to get the deck list. I fucked up. Okay. Do you have another torch the tower? Son of a bitch. So many. My favorite type of Thunder Trap Trainer. Pay 2 mana, reorganize the bottom 4 cards of my library. Take 6. Tranquil Frill Boy. Okay. This feels bad, but I think I'm supposed to put this back in their hand. I'm supposed to bounce this, and then... Yeah, that's probably better. We're supposed to bring in the patch paw formations in this matchup. So we have a Tyrannus Rex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 or 8. My goodness. Let me... 7, 8, 14. I believe we are very dead. We're not dead yet. Got a 1. No, never mind. That's 8, 14. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. Never mind. I still don't know if we actually want the patch paw formations. Them having double ways to kill our Enduring Vitality was definitely, like, what really got us there. I should have played a little differently, too, instead of just shoving those things out there. I think I'm fine with how we're boarded. Maybe we just don't want the negates. If they Smuggler Surprise us, they Smuggler Surprise us, and we die. It's the only card that is, like, negate is only good against Smuggler Surprises. I think it's probably better to have the patch pause against their normal things they're doing, maybe. Let's try this. The 8-12 Ward 4? I don't think I saw it. It must be in Foundations, I would assume. Or is that the one that Rosewater's talked about? And they haven't spoiled the card yet? I am super excited for Lilyhunt Dead Horde General. I love that card. I played a lot of Lilyhunt Dread Horde General last time it was in Standard. And that card is fantastic. Yeah. Yep. I'll be right back. Just give me un momento. Here... Our mana is really fucking with us. That was the exact land we're looking for. Hang on 1 second. I will be right back. All right. Killed that. They're just playing this, passing, and then playing Valley Floodcaller on end step. I probably want to play this to fetch a land. That way we have an untapped land for next turn. Sweet. One step flood caller. Land, enduring vitality. Blue, blue. Bounce this, bounce this. Blue, blue. Play Storm Chaser's talent. We have 5 mana total. Green, blue. Let's play this, draw card. So we have 1 mana spell in the graveyard, we do, so we have lethal. Tap like that, pick up sleight of hand. I guess we don't quite have lethal, we need to find another spell, but we're close. Fuck! 9, 15, we're 3 points off. The choke point's probably going to be another Valley Flood Caller. Alright, you got a 3, go. Don't kill me, please. Don't kill me! Uh-oh. Bad things are about to happen to us. Damn it. Man, they're playing Terror of the Peaks, too? They're playing all of the big things to go with this. If we had 1 more mana. That's unfortunate. I'll say it's fine. Storm Chaser, Valley Flood Caller. I like it. I like it. If we would have bounced the other Patch Pot formation, that's I think we still played that the way we needed to. So just the Azorius Artifacts deck. I haven't played against this in a while. I will take my lump. Ah, the stupid Bunnicorn. So, what is our plan? Was our plan to bounce this turn? Or are we just casting Instep Valley Floodcaller and hoping they don't have untapped creatures to try to block with? I think we're supposed to bounce this, play Analyze Upon to get an island, attack for 6. Could also... Could do all that next turn. Play Valley Floodcaller this turn. Attack for 6 would put him to 12. I think this is the right play. I might stymie the aggression from opponent a little bit. Oh, we already have our fucking island in play. I think that's fine. I think putting Eldrazi's into standard are fine. Usually they're not overly broken. At least the standard ones aren't. They get a little busted when they decide to start putting them in Modern Master sets. All the wheels come off. I need to retool my mana base a little bit. Not terribly happy with how it's playing around right now. Block there. We're super dead here. Trim that. Trim the song. The bounces are definitely not as good against the deck playing a bunch of 1-drops. We'll probably still want 3 just because it allows us to kind of go off. But weirdly enough, when opponent's playing a bunch of incredibly cheap spells, bouncing them back to their hand doesn't do a whole lot for us. It's a strange concept. That sounds pretty good. Cheap removal spell, Storm Chaser's Talent. I like it. Couple draw engines pieces. Not the Novice Inspector. The Schooner. Let's have Questing Druid. Oh, my kingdom for a land. Do we just push for it? The instant graveyard doesn't really matter. I think it's probably better to just do this. Guarantee get island and play Storm Chaser's talent. I think that's significantly better for us. Missing on this would be brutal. And it's not even that high of upside if we hit on it. I'm very okay with attacking with this. If they decide they want to block their schooner, we get to kill both, and that would just be so good for us. Time for the glyph. Okay. Hit me for 8. Let's go. I think we're fairly safe to attack here. We're in a very bad spot if they have any type of counter magic. Alright, well, we have a plan. It is to cast this Valley Floodcaller and pray that the top card of our deck is a Enduring Vitality. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's see what we can find. Sleight of Hand's not particularly strong, but it's the best card out of those 3. Can't find anything that, like, actually helps us here, unfortunately. I play Questing Druid as a blocker, block with this, block with this, block with this, and then we're down to just a Valley Floodcaller at absolute best. Like, if we would have found this off that Moment of Truth, we would have been able to bounce this. We'd have 5, 10, 14. Not quite lethal, but close. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We die. Had a rough night tonight. I do think I want to replay with the mana base a little bit. Much more blue-centric than we were before. That sounds better. One lands. that looks better. Could just go way lower. Like a second one of those. Go full otter. Four, 8, 12. There's a lot of misses. Let's try this. Keep playing around. We'll find a good combination of what we want to be doing. We might be just going further and further away from what we actually thought was good. Deck is definitely really bad when you don't find Enduring Vitality, shockingly enough. The card that allows you to combo off is, weirdly enough, important. It's hard to believe, but... give it a shot. Ah, not the Rockfall Village. Or Rockface Village, I mean. Alright, it's Thunder Trap Trainer. Give it to flying. Beat me. Alright, don't kill me, please. No shelter by ghosts and no death, please. Love you. Okay. So we have 5 mana. If I can find a Valley Flood Caller off of this, can cast it and try to do things. It's going to be really hard to do anything. If we find a red source to kill this, would be in an okay spot. We have to find a Torch the Tower. I guess the bounce spell works too. Either way, I think we're starting on Sleight of Hand to see what we can find. Find Double Torch. It's not horrible. We can cast Thunder Trap Trainer. Actually, we probably just want to cast... I really don't want to take a bunch of damage. But I also don't want to tap our creatures, because I want to be able to kind of block. I think I just have to take 1. Play Storm Chaser's Talent. Spirebluff Canal does not come into play on tap, so that's going into the graveyard or into the bottom of the deck. We can attack for 3. It's a free attack. Pass. Just have to try not to die this turn. then get another chance at comboing next turn, or trying to do something next turn at least. The problem is staying alive through that Heartfire here is now actually just impossible. Ah! I want those for... I don't need that. Song's probably unnecessary. Actually, I'm going to cut 2 of these and just play the song. Play a song. I would like to play first. I can, in fact, keep this hand of magic cards. Let's chase some storms. Thunder Trap Trainer. Take the torch to the tower. We are a green source away from our Enduring Vitality, which is not great. That is so rude, opponent. I think I want a Thunder Trap Trainer and hold up Torch the Tower. Sure. I think we're supposed to torch the tower, try to kill this, and sack our Storm Chaser's talent. The reason I want to sack is because if they have just a normal instant or sorcery spell, it would counter this. I'd rather force their hand into casting a bunch of different spells to try to protect it. It's not ideal, but we can bounce the Emberheart Challenger back to their hand. So let's go ahead and attack for 2. Let's go ahead and dunk this back into their hand. Recast the Thunder Trap Trainer. Drew second green source, that's good. Alright, so we just have to not die here. I know that's easier said than done, but... not die here and we have a chance to do something next turn. It's still not, like, guaranteed that we win the game. We still have to find a Valley Flood Caller and put 2 on the bottom of our deck. That is a mouse. It's a scary mouse that is going to beat me to death. Yes, yes. Yes, it has the flying. So that's 8 damage to our Kanagan. 14 if they have a... counter... or the... whatever spell that is. Monstrous Rage. Give both of them double strike? I think that's fine. I think I'm just 100% taking that every time. That is a Monastery, so Sphere. Then end step, we are casting our spells to try to hit stuff. Fucking another Enduring Vitality I can't cast. Or I can cast one now, but the Valley Stormcaller 2. This technically finds it. Graveyard. Library. Towards the Tower is not the worst draw in the world. It's like Enduring Vitality. Problem is we can't like do the thing. Because we're mana short from being able to cast this. Get a Valley Stormcaller and cast it. So I think we're just on that. Play Storm Chaser's talent. And then exile the flying creature. And hope we can live. I do think we face up exile this. That way if they have another shield mage, at least we don't die to that. Alright. Do your worst, opponent. Ooh, the demonic ruckus. It's not good for us. I believe we've died. There's Double Strike and Menace. And I guess technically we're not dead. Did they give us any trample too? Okay, they did. Never mind, we were dead. There's too many lines of dex. Doesn't all show up there. Let's try it again. We keep bashing our head against the wall until we figure out how to build this deck properly, or if we're making mistakes or what we're doing. I would like to play first. This hand is mediocre, but we're gonna give it a shot. There's a lot of waiting around for this game to start. I'm so ready, though. Let's do it. The talent. I want to see what opponent's doing before I decide what I want to do with this. Okay, so they're on the Glimmer deck. We'll just take the Enduring Vitality. Put that in the graveyard. No attacks, go ahead. It's always the Sheltered by Ghosts. You got me. It's not a bad draw. I think we're just casting it now. So, yes, we're going to bounce that, bounce this. Pay the 2 extra. They get a draw card and they replay with their Enduring Innocence. We get this back. Then just cast Storm Chaser's Talent. This card's just nuts. This card is so incredibly good with Storm Chaser's Talent. Luxy turn. I think so. That well, excuse me. The card is very powerful in and of itself. Just being able to exile like every creature out of the mono red decks is nice. They might have the protection spell, so I don't really want to try to do this right now. I think I was picking that up in passing. I think that's like the correct play. For some reason, the deck command's not working, so give me a second and I will repost my untapped link. That is something I will fix before tomorrow's stream for sure. I apologize. I'm not sure why it broke, because it's worked every other day we've streamed. It's just not working today. Another Inquisitive Glimmer is a little annoying. I do think I cast this on end step. Throw the deck list in the chat and I'll look at it if you want. I wouldn't mind taking a gander at it and see what we got. Oh, that gets hexproof? I did not realize that card gave hexproof. I have it sitting on my table, and I didn't know that. Or sitting on my desk in front of me. Of a broken heart disease. Oh, that's fine. Auto pay. Pick up. This town ain't big enough. Bounce this and this. Oops. Blue, play this. Dak. The beatdowns. Go to 4, huh? That is a bold choice. I respect it though. I respect the go to 1. My opponent is incredibly dead here. We're gonna bounce all of their permanents back to their hand for 1 mana for each permanent. Actually, less than that. We only had to pay the upfront cost once. Against the enchantment deck, I actually don't want the patch bot formations. They have 2 enchantment, I guess 3 enchantment creatures. This card might actually be fine. I really want these removal spells for sure. These are less important. I think that's fine. I think I like that. I think I like that quite a bit. This hand's fine. We have Torch the Tower and Thundercrap Trainer and 2 Enduring Vitality. It's exactly what I want. However you want to share it. If you've got an export link, you can shoot that in. You can throw it into. You can send it to me on Facebook if you prefer. Throw it in the chat would be the easiest for me. I can grab it from either in MTG Melee or not MTG Melee, MTG Goldfish, Moxfield. You can hit the export button on the bottom of Arena, and then transport it into MTG Goldfish, or just throw it into my chat. I can grab it from in there. If it'll let you, I don't know if it hits the character limit. The song, okay. Brutal. Thundertrap Trainer's always doing us dirty. I wish there was just a 2-mana Otter the Jerusa card. I would like to kill that thing. But I'm also deathly afraid of them protecting it, so I think I'm just casting Enduring Vitality and passing, because then if they do Sheltered by Ghost, we can kill it then. They get a little aggressive with their mana. Am I supposed to Sleight of Hand here? I actually think I am supposed to Sleight of Hand here. That was a great pickup. I think I'm supposed to just take this hit. One, two, three, four, five, six. I can song for 5, make 5 critters. Doesn't really matter. I shouldn't have played my land. I played this turn really poorly. We should be using this turn. I think I'm just supposed to pass now that I did that. End step, we'll cast a Questing Druid. We have Patch Probation to protect our Enduring Vitality from getting killed by Sheltered by Ghosts. I think we're in a pretty decent spot here. Don't think it's worth attacking. Bring it. Instead, I'm gonna not song for 5. I'm gonna questing druid for 2. We'll seek the beast, see what we can find. I don't think I want to cast this on end step. I think I'm pretty happy with just untapping here. Gonna play land, play questing druid. Then I think I'm supposed to obliterating bolt this, I think, after this resolves. And then if they try to counter it, I can this town ain't big enough, back the questing druid and gremlin tamer in response to another shard mage's rescue. Obliterating bolt that thing. How do you feel about the bolt? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I hope you're having a good night. If they have another Shard Mage's Rescue, we can torch the tower if we're really feeling saucy. Another questing druid is probably not necessary. Actually, we do have a lot of mana. It's probably fine. All right. It's a little annoying. Let's start with this, see what we can find. Sleight of hand land. Play that. Play the druid. Do you think we want to play the sleight of hand for a life? We'll pick up a torch to the tower, which is fine. We have pretty good blocks here. This is a spot where I think I'm okay taking 2. I think I'm very fine with this. I don't want to get overly aggressive with casting our spells. We're in a pretty good spot. We just need to keep playing to our advantage here. Just try to not die to anything random, which our hand's pretty good about not dying to anything random, having a patch pop formation and towards the tower. So just play a little more conservatively. Valley Flood Caller is fantastic. think we have lethal here. Should be pretty close. It's my one and only cry. Red, red, blue, green. Don't want to tap these two. It's obliterating bolt. This one. Triggers. I'm going to draw a card to make a food. I think that's worth it here. Oh, we drew a shitty one, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and gain some life. We'll swing in with the team minus one rat. So that rat can hold up our torch to the tower. Because that will untap our critters as well. Gotcha, gotcha. Alright, so do we have lethal if we cast a torch to the tower? We've got 5, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20 if they don't have anything else. So I think we're supposed to cast this and kill this. Okay. I'll look at that list as soon as we're done with this match. No, actually, we are done with this match. I thought we had one more game. I would probably... Are you playing mostly best of one, or are you playing best of 3? Dorn. Gotcha. This hand's fine. I would probably cut the Aclazotz from the main and one Tranquil Frill back. So you're trying to get 9 cards down. I would cut the Aclazotz to the board or just not play them. Same with the Valgavoth. Nah, I'd leave the Valgavoth in. But definitely the Aclazotz. And probably don't need the Tranquil Frill backs in the main. That is true. That is very true. We could just burn this right away, but I think we want to save a turn for it. Opponent's at number 52, eh? We'll act like we're the aggro deck, even though we definitely are not. I also probably would cut some number of the 2-mana removal spells, I'd probably cut the Shield's Edict, just leave the Virtues and the Go for the Throats. Pyroclasm's real good against lizards. Playing FOMO, huh? You don't see that very often. Alright, it's time for Bambi. Let's go. Everyone's eyes right now and no one's ever come to. Are you gonna kill my thing? Are you gonna murder my critter? Incredibly rudely? Alright, go ahead. No attacks. Go ahead. I'm very surprised seeing FOMO in their deck. It's not really a card you usually see in like the mono red shells or the blue or the white red shells. Card's really good. There's passing. It's interesting. I can just make 5 creatures and pass. Or I could do that. I could play this to bounce. Replay, cast Thundertrap Trainer. Okay, you got a Charge Mage. It's annoying, but it is what it is. I think I want to... I probably just want to Sleight of Hand and play Storm Chaser's Talent. That's probably better. It's not a bad pickup. No, I think I do just want to cast... I think I'm just supposed to cast Storm Chaser's Talent. We definitely could die here, but I think this is what we were supposed to do to give us the best possible turn next turn. That sucks. Most of those lists don't usually play Towards the Tower. They just play Sheltered by Ghosts. We have another protection spell. We're super dead. But if they don't give Trample, we just block. If they give Trample, we just take it. We have 7 damage currently. That was a really good draw. I will take top deck Enduring Vitality. We're in such a good spot because we have this in our hand too, so they can't like hexproof this now before this comes into play, because then we just bounce it in response. And we can activate this and then have double this town ain't big enough if they decide to let this resolve. Destroy evil. Okay. Well, let's just shove those both back in their hand and attack them for 5. We need one of them Valley Flood Callers. One Valley Flood Caller, please. Alright, find me a spell. Just cast it for... We overload this thing, 100%, right? Or Offspring, I mean. Talent. Song. Storm Chaser's talent. Five, 6. So we can do this for 6. Seven. We can activate this. Then we just bounce all 3 of their permanents back there and kill them by a boatload. Because we can bounce back, or pick up our this ain't big enough, and then continue to bounce. Alright, we want all of those removal spells. Storm Splitter's not necessary. Moment of Truth, I think, are the next worst card. Might want another removal spell or 2, but in the board for this matchup. This hand's good. We're missing double green. It's a little annoying, but the hand itself is pretty good. We have a really good hand. Missing... I mean, we're missing the Valley... Or we have the Valley Flood Caller. We're missing the other thing, but that's alright. Hit me. Thunder Trap Trainer. Need to find a removal spell. Find a torch. It's good. Still might just die. You don't need 4 Lilianas. You could probably cut down to 3. I wouldn't cut a cut down. Cut down's really good. I think you need at least 3 cut downs in the main to be able to deal with decks like this. That would probably be my next cut. Would be one of the Lilianas, And maybe a duress. Go to 3 and 2. I think I'm supposed to chump block this. I think here I'm supposed to Thunder Trap Trainer again. Take a Storm Chaser's talent. I think we're just torching this thing. That's a great draw. Go ahead. The Emberheart Challenger. No blocks. That's not terrible, though. Like, honestly. Only need that left for the deck. Definitely could be worse. Let's go ahead and Storm Chaser's talent. And pass. That is literally the worst possible thing they could have hit. Now we just have to pray they don't have a protection spell for the Emberheart Challenger. If they do, we are incredibly dead. That was the greedy part about waiting, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, no, I think the deck's really neat. I think the deck you built is pretty good. Show me the rage. That's so good for us. Still, like, not in the best spot, but we're not dead, so that's good. That was another good draw. So I think this turn is a Valley Flood Caller plus this town ain't big enough turn. Actually, it's probably just recast this. No, we are supposed to do this first, I think. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Are they spoiling arts already? I'm not ready for that. I'm so not ready for the Final Fantasy set. It is going to make me go broke. I'm such a Final Fantasy buff. I cannot wait. My body is ready. I am okay with this. Now I gotta find it. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Ah, that art is so good. Okay, end step. We'll flash in Valley Flood Caller. So we can protect with this. I think it's worth it. It sucks, but I don't think we can let our Valley Flood Caller die. Thundertrap Trainer. I think here I'm okay with upticking my Storm Chaser's talent to pick up the Torch the Tower and then attacking with all of my goons. Then we can torch the Emberheart Challenger and hit them for a boatload. For that Spider-Man Foundations and the next standard set after that. Yeah, that's probably fair. We'll get a lot of spoilers tomorrow. Well, maybe not all tomorrow, but during the next couple days from Worlds, I think would be really nice. They haven't announced the PT, right? The PT for Chicago, what the format is. I don't think. That's annoying. I don't think they have. I tried to look it up yesterday. I couldn't figure it out. You know, I would also guess it's Pioneer, but with them making Pioneer irrelevant, I'm starting to wonder if it would be. That was a really good draw. So I play this, I bounce this, or I bounce this Sheltered by Ghosts. I have 4 mana, I can Thunder Trap Trainer and try to hit something. So I think I'm supposed to cast this first, then decide what we want to do. Well, no, because this automatically gives us a thing back. Okay, we're good. I think we have the win now. So we bounce the Sheltered by Ghosts, so that we don't have to pay the ward. And then bounce our Critter. Yeah, I'll look at that deck list here in just a second after we get done with this game here. I'm curious as to what it looks like. Alright, we should have the win here. Just bounce a couple things, swing in for lethal. Patchwork Bestie, Dog, Trap, Swarm Weaver, Balustrade. Oh, this deck looks neat. Drag to the Roots, I think, is pretty good. The Oculus. That's the one that it deals damage. When you have Delirium, it deals damage equal to its power. Otherwise, they sacrifice a permanent or discard a card. Yeah. No, I think I watched. Who was playing a deck similar to this? I think it was Kibler. The deck I'm playing is a lot of fun, but I think the deck that Numba threw in there, number one, that looks really sweet too. There was I think it was Kibler was playing something similar to this, where it was just like the blue or the green black Delirium list, and just playing the Stick Whistler. Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's what I saw. I've watched him play like 2 or 3 games with it, and it looked really powerful. I think the Fly Trap is really good. That card in and of itself is incredibly powerful. No, well, you really need your cards, especially because in this format, you really need all the cards are so powerful. You can't be just losing your cards. This hand's fine. Missing red mana. Don't have any removal spells. Hopefully, opponent doesn't just whack us to death real quick. Dress, no! Oh, that's probably fair. It's probably not great against the Caretaker's Talent decks. For some reason, I always think that the Fly Trap has Trample, and it doesn't. Every time I've seen it played, I'm like, oh, that card's just got Trample. It has to have Trample, and it doesn't. Yeah, he probably, yeah. No, that makes sense. Like, Terra Sunders, pick your poisons, things like that. Hopefully opponent doesn't play an Unstoppable Slasher here. That'd be probably about the worst thing that happened to us. You son of a gun. It's always the Slasher. I really, really don't want any of these. Wasn't even a green source to cast our thing. That's unfortunate. I think we're about to die. Well. About to get a little painful over here. Haywire Mite's really good too. I think that's a card that people should be playing more of that aren't. Go to 8. Three, 5 to go to 2. I think I just cast double Storm Chaser's Talent here. If they want to cast 2 removal spells, like a Go for the Throat and a Cut Down to kill both of our Otters, I think I'm okay with that. To hit us with the Slasher again. Man, we need a green source real bad. Alright, go to 2. So we can. This town ain't big enough. Bounce Storm Chaser's Talent, Unstoppable Slasher, play land or play Storm Chaser's Talent again. But we're dead in 2 turns to the Deep Cavern Bat. Can Moment of Truth to try to hit a land and then bounce on their turn. We could just hope they don't have a removal spell, bounce the Deep Cavern Bat and our Storm Chaser's Talent, and play the talent to block the Unstoppable Slasher. That's probably the way we win this game. Honestly, I don't think we win the game by bouncing these two things. And then we're just dead to the bat the next turn no matter what we do. This way we can try to get a chump blocker into play this turn and then try to get another chump blocker into play next turn. Like, we're dead to a removal spell, but this is, I think, the only way we, like, legitimately could win this game. I want those. I want this. Don't really need those. I think I might actually just bring in a Ral or two as well. Oof. Yeah. No. Sure. Alright. Hit me with that duress. Make me sad. I think we had, like, a pretty legitimate chance to win that last game if we would have just found a, man, I need to take the land. If we just would have had double green. Unholy Annex, sure. Alright, go ahead and anoint it with affliction. Make me sad, exile my elk. Right, Ral. I need you to carry me. Time to make some otters. That is my favorite sideboard option against tokens. I think Glittering Deluge is the best of the options. But I also haven't seen a whole lot of tokens deck floating around anymore. To be fair. Let's go ahead and make an otter and just bounce these two. Force them to have to replay their stuff. I'm okay with them spending their whole next turn just replaying the Ritual Chamber. No issues with that at all. We don't have a good answer to it, but, like... Just cast 2 Unholy Annexes. That and a Slasher. Okay. I think I can work through this. Alright, you did that. Let's go ahead and draw 3 cards. So if I discard these 2... Or if I discard Ral and Forest... And I go analyze the, or I go Valley Floodcaller plus Torch, analyze the pollen. That's 2 per creature, so 2, 4, so 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, exactly lethal, I believe. Do I have a basic left in my deck? I have a mountain left in my deck, right? Yes, I have a mountain left in my deck. Cast this. Cast Analyze the Pollen. Choking Miasma is good as well. I prefer the Glistening Deluge because it gives -3/-3 to the green creatures. Or green and white. I think it's green and white. Alright, we found the line for exactly lethal. And honestly, the deck you're playing might be able to get away with, instead of playing one of the really cheap ones, you probably could play Gix's Command, since you've got enough small creatures to kind of block and be annoying. My little wet cat's crying back behind my seat, staring at me. This hand's fine. I think we need to throw the last Yavimaya Coast back into our deck. I think we just need to be playing, like, maximum number of green-blue lands. The damn Deep Cavern Bat. If they go turn 1 Duress, turn 2 Deep Cavern Bat, turn 3 Unstoppable Slasher again, I think we're just going to fold, just like we did last time that happened. Thunder Trap Trainer. I'll take the Obliterating Bolt, I believe is correct. I am very okay with trading my Otter for your Deep Cavern Bat. Leave my creatures alone. There's the Slasher. I'm a little surprised they just cast the Slasher knowing we have a Bolt in our hand. I do think we just Obliterating Bolt that instead of, like, killing this to kill this. Because we have to sack a thing to kill it then. I think it's better to just Obliterating Bolt and attack for 3. We can pick back up the Obliterating Bolt this turn too if we want to. Hey, kid, come here. There's a Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Go ahead. I'm honestly much happier they did that instead of just making a 6/6 demon. I think we would have a much harder time beating just a 6/6 demon this turn. I played the wrong land. Should have played our tap land this turn. That was a fairly big mistake. Sure. Attack for 1. Go ahead, opponent. Take 1 and make 6/6. Yep. We need to draw. This town ain't big enough. Real bad. There's nothing we can do except die. We can pick up a Obliterating Bolt to play it. Doesn't matter. Damn. I don't think that matchup's, like, particularly bad for us. That game, I think, just went a little poorly. I think we had a... If, like, we were on the play that game, I think we'd probably win. Alright, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'm going to leave this up on the camera while I'm using the restroom. I will be right back. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're having a good night. I think what I'm playing is probably really close to what the Temur people are going to be playing. I don't think they're probably playing the Storm Splitter in the main. I think the Storm Splitter is probably just too cute. I can't find a list. I really wanted to find a list of what people are playing at Worlds tomorrow, but I cannot find it because I really wanted to try it out. So we'll have to wait until tomorrow. But tomorrow night, that is all we'll be playing, is Worlds deck lists. Honestly, the whole weekend, that's what we'll be playing. Because I'll stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll just play the different decks from Worlds and see what we think of them all. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I don't mind having one. I actually really like having one Storm Splitter. Just as something you can get with Analyze Pollen, because sometimes you need that extra powerful way to kill people. Because that thing does murder people very well. But Valley Floodcaller does kill people very efficiently as well. That's how we've won. I mean, we've won a lot of games today with just Valley Floodcoloring people. Let's go ahead and Storm Chasers down here. I don't think I want to flash one of these in yet. I think I want to do this and then end step Questing Druid. Having no green sources in play right now is real awkward. So, you think we're playing against tempo or actual blue-black control? Looks like probably actual blue-black control. Might be like the blue-black Doomday Extractor deck. Opponent is on a lot of Phantom Interference. Found a green source. That's good. Dose. Go. I would like to try again. Would you stop it? Stop countering my sheet. They discarded Cavernous Soul, so they're playing the Demon deck almost 100%. I don't know if they are playing a... I tapped like a moron. And then I didn't do this right either. I got flustered. Alright, we're just making a bunch of poor plays now. Okay, cut down's fine. That is a Jace. I can torch the tower Jace. Could pick up Sleight of Hand and play it. That's probably what I'm supposed to do. I guess I could kill the Jace and just hope they don't draw. That's probably better. Kill the Jace this turn. That way I don't just die to Doomsday Extractor. Or the Demon. I guess we don't have to kill the Jace, but we can tag it for... this much. And then pick up an instant or sorcery card. Pick up Sleight of Hand. To try to kill the opponent next turn. I think that's correct. I think I like that play. They can block with the Restless Reef here, so we'll just pick up the torch, kill the Jace, pass. I wonder if they're playing like Spell Guy or anything to try and dig. It's a time. It's extractor time. Another Jace. It's annoying. They cannot animate Restless Reef now, though. That's important. Important to know. Mono Truth. Okay, that's fine. Alright. I do not like where we're at here. Oh, fuck. That puts us 20 cards. Oh, 20 cards looked at, not 20 cards favored. Okay. Passes by. We'll exile as many cards as we can so get this Jace away from being able to do anything. Force them to have to block with the Restless Reef. They have to block this one. Sleight of hand. If we find any 1-mana spell, we win. Did not find a 1-mana spell. They go to 1. Let's have a removal spell. Alright. Don't kill me. It's interesting. Jesus Christ. Our deck is sure showing us who's boss right now. Hey, those are the spells that I wanted. Alright, are you dead yet? I have 2 lethal attackers. Is this good enough? Ah! Opponent's deck failed to do things for long enough, and we were able to win. There's a matchup that I do want negates, and I do want this. I want the Rowls. This hand's fine. Duress? Rude. Let's go ahead and put the Thunder Trap Trainer out, see if they want to Phantom Interference it. Oh, no phantom interference, eh? Alright, alright. Rude. Incredibly rude. I love rearranging the bottom 4 cards of my deck. Nothing makes me happier. Interesting. Go ahead. I hope I just try to Deadly Dispute and I can just bounce both of these things back to my hand. Harvester of Misery. I would like to... Let's give -2, -2. That resolves. I think I would like to bounce these 2 things. I think I like that play. I think I like that play. That seems reasonable to me. I am okay with that. I should... So that was a mistake. I should have tapped this for mana in response to that. Let's go to attack for 2. Unfortunately, I don't think I can offspring this. I think I just have to cast it for its mana cost, because if I offspring it and they have a phantom interference, we're in a really bad spot. I think I'm supposed to negate that. Alright, I will look at that list after this game, Mr. Dorn. It is really funny to be able to play around Harvester of Misery like this. That I am 100% okay with. I can cast non-creature spells with that flash? I thought it was just instants and sorceries. I would love to flash this into play. I'll pick up this town, ain't big enough. Bounce this. These all untap. And we have lethal. This is true. I thought it was instants and sorceries. I didn't realize it was just all non-creature spells, which is cool. I assumed it was just like sorceries. I wasn't really paying attention when I read it. Non-creature spells though that's pretty nice. It would probably help if I would actually read the magic cards when I'm playing with them. It usually helps. Reading the cards explains the cards. Deck's starting to flow through a little better. See how high we can get up in the rankings. No deep cavern bats. Murder the bat. Dead bat. That's right. Where's your turn sideways? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're having a good night. I suppose we'll get some talents out here. The Preacher of the Schism, eh? It's like my favorite tempo play right now. Hey, sometimes you just gotta turn things sideways. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to leave your deck. I'm sorry, Dorn. I forgot. Blackleaf Cliffs, Verge, Copperline Gorge, Fabled Passage. It looks reasonable. I would probably max out on the red-black Verge and cut a couple swamps. I'd probably max out on red-black Verge, Blackleaf Cliffs, and cut 4 swamps for those, or probably 3 swamps and a mountain. That's probably the only like big change I would make, because that Verge is fantastic, and so is Blackleaf Cliffs. I think I'm supposed to pass here. Get educated, copacetic. No decks. Go ahead. I will take the hit. Hit me. Hit me. Let's go. No blocks. Another Preacher. Okay, I'm fine with that. So I'm gonna cast Valley Floodcaller. And see if they try to cut down at the end of turn. We'll have to analyze the pollen if they do. They did. We could also Song. It's probably better to Song. I think it's better to Song. I think wasting this is better than wasting the Analyze the Pollen right now. think the Analyze Pollen's fairly important because we need to try to find a creator. Fatal Passage isn't overly important. I think that you definitely want them, but you don't want a huge number of them, especially in your deck because you're trying to cast your spells on curve. Dun, 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 dun. Attack for 10. It's really annoying that we didn't hit another thing to put in the graveyard. Lock your eyes. Just keep them closed. Keep waiting. I will take the 2. We are Otter Control. That is what we're playing right now, is Otter Control. We are controlling the game fairly well with our tempo-y weird otter cards. Urtai? Well, that's just rude. Alright. Valley Flood Caller down. No sunshine never comes. So I can go grab... We can grab... our Enduring Vitality, cast it, have 3 mana left over, cast Thunder Trap Trainer if we want to. I think we're going getting Enduring Vitality. I think that's like the thing we're doing for sure. The question is, what do we do after that? Like, these are the things that I'm sure we're supposed to do. Then am I supposed to cast one of these, or Questing Druid, or attack, or do none of the above? I feel like I'm supposed to cast the Questing Druid. I think that is the best thing we can do this turn, and then pass. I think that's like, leaves us in the best position for next turn, I think. Hit me. We do know they are full on spells in hand because they've missed a lot of land drops. So they probably have another Urtai in hand. So we do need to watch out for that. So let's go ahead and start with just casting a Thunder Trap Trainer and see what happens. I do not want to Offspring it. If they have a counterspell, it would be very bad for us. Valley Flood Caller is not bad. Torch the Tower is also, like, not bad. Like, all of these are actually pretty reasonable. I think I want to take the Valley Flood Caller, put the Thunder Trap Train in the graveyard, and Torch the Tower back in the deck. Valley Flood Caller? Three steps ahead. Okay, that's a thing. think we're supposed to cast another one of these and pass. Maximum mana for next turn. No, I don't think we attack that turn. I think we just tap our creatures to get another Enduring Vitality into play. That's honestly not the worst thing in the world for us. Let's do that. Let's go grab our Storm Splitter. Nah, we're supposed to grab Questing Druid. Let's kill this thing. Put a stop in our end step. Attack for 6. And then Questing Druid in our end step so it can't get countered. Want to do this now because we'll get the cards on our next turn, but they can't hit us with a counterspell because they're tapped out. Oh, we just hit trash too. That's nice. That's nice. Oof. Oof. That is what we needed. Not for this turn, but for next turn. Sure. You can make a 1/1 vampire. That's a sad point. It's a good song. That is a slasher of the unstoppable variety. Don't want to cast this now. I mean, they showed 3 steps ahead, but they also could have the other one, the Phantom Interference, so I want to be able to play around that. I'd like to bounce that, and I would like to bounce the Unstoppable Slasher. This does not play around 3 steps ahead, but there's nothing we can do about that one. All we can do is play around Phantom Interference. They can animate a Restless if they want to and block. That's why we're attacking with both Endurings. Also, because I want to make sure we hit them so they can't draw cards. Just kind of trading blows here. Yep. Alright, hit me. We're through 2 Valley Flood Callers. My kingdom for a fucking land. Or not drawing a land, man. Okay, or try that. What does that mean for us? Drew Questing Druid, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and cast that. Let's make another 1/1. That should be lethal, right? I'm assuming they're playing bats. Yes, they sure did. They're like, yes, it is lethal. I am done. GG's. I'm gonna double removal spell. Let's say it should be fine. I do think this deck is pretty good against like the weird blue-black mid-range decks. Like this deck just gets so much more value than they do. I do think we have a much worse matchup against mono red than they do, but that was a good draw. Want to hold up towards the tower in case I play a bat on 2. It's like we knew. Let me kill it. Enduring Vitality, go. Very surprised that result. I would like to attack for 3. Maybe opponent decided all our counter spells. Decided, you know what? I think I'm good. I don't need to counter any spells today. Three? How do you feel about the 3 damage, opponent? What you got, opponent? What you got? Don't kill my critter. I don't think they do either. I think opponent is indifferent on what's going on here. Looks like they're probably just going to take 3. Go ahead. I don't think opponent is hanging around anymore. I think they left us. I wanna be just like you. Oh, opponent, come on. Come on. This is the anthem, throw all your hands up. Oh, opponent, come on. No, they cannot. There's too many otters. They can't do it. Like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just done. No otters today. Alright, Storm Splitter, it's time. I think we're just gonna get you out of the deck. Let's try that. Nemesis? Screaming Nemesis? I haven't actually played a Screaming Nemesis yet. At all. This hand seems fine. Mono black or green black? Go ahead. Let's go ahead and stick a Thunder Trap Trainer. That is aggressive. It's a very aggressive cut down. I might have to give that a shot. I think with this deck, you got to be really careful with how many non-instant sorceries you play because of the Thunder Trap Trainer. Okay. Opponent said they're good. I assume they are the creature deck. I think Nemesis would be a hard sell for this style of deck. Oh, this hand's fine. Honestly, I don't know if Screaming Nemesis is like bad in the board. That actually might be a card that's like, I think that card's surprisingly good against just the mono red decks. It just sits there, and if they attack into it, you get like 2-for-1 them. As weird as it sounds, I think that card actually is pretty good in that matchup. I will say I've seen a lot less Screaming Nemesis out of decks than I feel like I should. I think I'm supposed to just torch the tower of this thing. I don't think I'm supposed to let them get to draw a free card. It's not very mana efficient. I guess we could Sleight of Hand. That's probably fine. Probably just want the third or the fourth land. Liliana of the Veil, huh? They discard a Shieldred, eh? Said that Liliana with the rats. That was a pretty good draw. Enduring Vitality. Cast Thundertrap Trainer. Pick up a talent. Play the talent. Pass. If they plus and make us discard the Questing Druid, I don't really care. I get to pick something up with this. Yeah, that's true. Sure. All right, I gotta do math here. Take 4. I'm gonna go to 12. I'm like 99% sure I'm supposed to take this hit. True Thundertrap Trainer. Could double Thunder Tap. We're through 1. This ain't big enough. We could also return that. Bounce. This. Kill Liliana. Replay Storm Chaser's talent. That's got to be correct. This song is Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, face down. I need to get my overlay to have that on it. Oh, I did pop it up. Look at that. Do you think I want to jump block this time? Save us 4 points of life. That should be lethal. Oh man, I have to eat this. That's fat. That's sad. 5, 6, 7, 8. So it might not be for sure lethal because we can't do our combo. Opponent said, good enough. They said, that's close enough to lethal. I don't want to be here anymore. So many otter jokes. Your otter control. Huh? 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 Oh, that's not bad. Actually, I don't mind the battle passes in this. They're kind of expensive, but they do give you a decent amount of value. Don't you cut down my otter. You leave him alone. Rude. I know. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares about our little otters. It's utterly ridiculous. I do want to see what we got going on here. Questing Druid's not bad. It is. No, it is. It's a lot for 15 wins a day. Like, there's been times I didn't finish the battle pass, and I stream 5 days a week. That's absurd. Though I did usually take like a week or two off when that happened, but still, like if I'm the amount of time that I put into Magic and sometimes don't finish the battle pass is kind of absurd. Enduring Vitality was a great draw. So I think we're just passing here because I want to be able to cast this on end step. Yeah, I agree. Because it is kind of on the higher end price for battle passes, but it does give it really does give a good value of stuff, especially if you like cosmetics. And I definitely have a problem about cosmetics. That is fine. Is acceptable. Don't trap trainer land. Alright, alright. Play Questing Druid, play land. Attack with both our creatures before blocks. This town ain't big enough. Bounce this and this. Yeah, it does make it easier to go off. Makes it a lot easier to combo. It's a cheap spell you can cast to continue to untap your creatures. There's another 1 mana thing you can cast just to untap your creatures if you need to. Play this. I cut down our questing druid. It's very rude of them. I need to pick back up. This town ain't big enough. Play untapped land. Attack with these. Bounce again. Yes, this card's been this town ain't big enough has been nuts. So we're on the full set of those. We cut another Moment of Truth, and we cut the 1 4-mana Otter as well. Is where we're at. Stop killing my things. Opponent is dead. Yeah, no more Mythic Otter. I think the deck's just a little bit more consistent without it. I think that just winning with the Valley Flood Callers and the Storm Chaser's talent's a little bit easier. So against mono removal, I'm assuming they're playing the small creatures as well. We're going to bring in the removal just in case they are. We'll set out one of those. Bring out one torch, actually. Let's try that. It did. It does allow you to go off from a smaller base because all you have to have in play is your Valley or your Indomitable, or not Indomitable Creativity, your Vitality, Enduring Vitality, which you can't do that with the Floodcaller. You have to have other things in play for Floodcaller to work, but I still think it's fine. Being able to go off from a lower base is really nice sometimes, especially in the matchups where you do grind out pretty hard. Overlord of the Baelmerk. That is a lot of wrath. Thundertrap Trainer down. So incredibly rude. Go ahead. Archfiend of the Dross, eh? I could have killed this, I guess, with that. Thundertrap Trainer. Ooh, I tapped really poorly. I'm going to take the Storm Chaser's talent, and I'm just going to murder the Liliana and pass. I can talent plus this town ain't big enough to bounce the Archfiend of the Dross next turn. That hurts. Yeah, that did not feel good. Where's that enduring vitality, huh? No, I think I'm dead. I was trying to see if they didn't block. I still don't think I had lethal. Here I can. And if I had a second red source, maybe. No, because my guys would die too. It doesn't matter. They die in combat. Yeah. We have died. Maybe I need patch pop formations. I don't know if they're playing like that. They've got to be playing. Maybe instead of those, I play the patch pop formations. That's probably better because patch pop formation also kills the bat, which is kind of like what we wanted to kill with the. That's the only thing we really wanted to kill with the Torch the Tower. Well, I guess Torch the Tower also kills Unstoppable Slasher, but patch pop formation doesn't. Patch pop kills everything else we want it to kill. This hand's fine. A little awkward. It has double enduring vitality. Duress can only hit one card, so if they have multiple Duresses, it's gums them up a little bit. Well, now it can hit another card. Rude. Oh, the vacuum. It's really annoying because now they're like go for the throats can actually kill our enduring vitality. I don't believe it's been. Yeah. Vacuum's pretty good against us. The Bloodletter of the Zots. I'd like to obliterate it. Attack! Go ahead. Yes, Obliterating Bolt is gone. I'd rather that not happen. I think this is correct. Well, that's the tough part about the mono black decks is they do run out of steam pretty easily if they don't have an Unholy Annex. Fuck. Ooh, that's a great draw. Fantastic draw. Ral is incredible against these decks. They at most play like one Bitter Triumph in the 75. Otter. Yes, cut down on my token is great. We're in a very good spot now. Honestly, I'm just gonna cast this to put or grab a land. Just keep pumping up a Ral. You know what's really good? A Ral emblem. Duress me, eh? Sure. Never didn't have it. +1. I think I'm fairly happy casting Sleight of Hand. That wasn't the best Sleight of Hand I've ever had. I'd like to attack for 3. Go ahead. Next turn, it's emblem time. Joke's on you, opponent. I play 5 basic lands, which is a lot, but I like it. Deadly Cover-Up. I am fine with that. What are you going to take out of my deck? Or did you... They didn't do the thing. Okay. Take my Thunder Trap Trainer. That's fine. End step, I'm going to just draw. I'm going to flash this in and draw a card. That way I can emblem this on our turn. Alright, let's draw 3 cards. Sleight of Hand. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, I fucked that up. Ah! Come on. Ooh. Blue, Sleight of Hand. I bounce those 2, replay. Just attack for 5 and pass. Might have another Deadly Cover-Up. Sure. Okay. I have 2 Rows left in my deck. Or do I just have 1 Row? I think I cited it all 3, didn't I? I did. Okay. I thought so. Probably Flood Caller. Let's Thunder Trap with Offspring. Like, the Ral Emblem's not incredible in our deck, but it's definitely, like, good enough that we're not going to turn down drawing 3 cards and getting the Emblem. Sure. It's Ral. +1 Ral. Valley Stormcaller. These things. Well, we're basically where we ended. Or we're back to where we started. Again, back at about 350 rank. We had a good run there. Alright, well, that's going to be it for me for tonight. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I hope you had a good night. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks for the new followers. Thanks for everyone who's supporting the channel. We'll be back again tomorrow night around the same time, about 8 Central Standard Time, and then we'll go through again. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a good rest of your night. I'll find someone here to host. Of course.